Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We do have Sinister5 versus B5 about to get our second best of 3 underway. Looks like we already have a little bit of a tech issue with one of the players not being able to join, but hopefully we get it sorted ASAP. Of course, we've had a couple of issues along the way. With the Go TV not wanting to work in our favor. But we have been able to get this sorted. Knife round looking like it's going to be a 4v5. Imagine if B5 clutched this, though. Not that it's going to happen, but there we go. Just 2 going to be the first map of our series. Second being Mirage, and the third, if it is needed, going to be Overpass. Here we go, as we get our game live. There we go. Pistol round to begin. Sin5 going to be starting on the T side. We got old Big 5 on the CT side. And Zero. Already able to, Zero chance. Already able to land the first kill. Oh, some nice trade. Devo to find one in return. Back into a 4 versus 3. T-side to hold the man advantage for now, but not before Kani can do anything about it. Finds himself 2. Oh, Flex, as he's into a 1v3. There's definitely a world where he can make this possible, but going to be very difficult. Nice dink onto Carney, at least. But as closer to deny. A first round going to Big 5 on that CT side. Tagging himself the initial frag in the initial round. Sin5 going to go for that force buy, though. Gotta say, I kind of respect it. Bringing some rifles onto the field, which they can afford to do. Flex might be doing the same thing as well. Dropping an AK, but not going to this time. Looks like he might take the AK himself, actually. They can have 2 on the board. Some pistols in the mix as well. Well, here we go. With Sin5 on their T side, bringing in a couple of AKs, you've got to give them the chance of being able to find some kills here. There's definitely an opportunity. Tianti, though, sitting close long. First rifle not going to make too much of a difference, but Zero, he'll find one of his own. Can't he at least if he dropped down to 52? And with Slowy in support, at least a 4 versus 4. But even so, Zio and Hack'em in the back of the bomb site. Bomb to be planted as well. Just making life that little bit more difficult for the CT side. But as Slowy takes down Hack'em into a 4 versus 3. At least able to hold off the men for now. It's Flex and... well, Flex, he's doing all the work. He finds himself a double. Finally, the nade to take him down, but the defuse should be made possible. And there's Takbok to get it done. Second round going to that CT side. But not with any sort of ease. Not with a difficult battle at hand. Okay, so we have Custom, who is Coastal apparently. And we have Carney, who I'm pretty sure is not... okay, he is. It's cannibalistic. Fair enough. But it looks like it goes by the alias of Carney. So, there we go. Still, third round for that T side going to be playing for the Eco. Devo trying to spam with the desert. Able to land the shot onto Carney. And into a 5 versus 4, already giving that CT side a disadvantage. And in a round like this, you can't really afford to have one. Luckily, Takbok playing a nice little defensive angle. Taken down 2, but at least traded back by Zero Chance. Slowy to reply, but the same again. That AUG to strike. And into a 2 versus 2 that does see at least Tianti on the flank. The final man left, and that will see him shut down. And so, first gun round to come. B5 going to be in that advantage position as they sit on that nice little 3-0. Taking away the first gun round would definitely work in their favor. The last time that these guys played Dust 2, Sinister5 lost to TOLY, of course, who have just beaten XD. That was 16-11 on Dust 2. Sinister have played... oh, sorry, Big 5 have played Dust 2 twice and won it both times. 16-5 and 16-9, so... there's definitely something in store for Big 5. They'll have to be very, very careful. Even so, with 30 seconds on the clock, they're taking their sweet time, but a rotate toward the B bomb site. That will see them shutting down 2 already. Custom and Takbok to find frags, but Flex and Hack'em to return. And make that one more for Devo, slowing down toward that B execution, playing out the time. Has apparently seriously worked out for Sinister. Not if Slowy has anything to do with it. 100 HP on both players, and as Tianti finds one, it's Sinister that B5. That reply land themselves a defuse, and that's a 4-0. They deny the first gun round here, and that's perfect. That is a great beginning. And ensuring that so far that CT side is kept clean, but a reply and a purchase out of Sin5 for this next round. Currently, Zeo on 0 frags, but 3 assists. So definitely doing damage, but up to now, it is going to be B5. Big O5 that hold the advantage. Nice nade damage done as well from Hakum. Beautiful angle by Tianti. And that will see him taken down too, but Custom finds one, not before Devo and Flex. Both are able to respond. 2 players again being tagged pretty low, however. And a flashbang that sends Zero right to his death. This should be B5 once again being able to retake the B bomb site. As they find themselves a first kill, it's a second that comes through, and once more they'll keep it clean. Another victory in the favor of B5, and luckily, Sinister, they are able to respond again though. They can buy once more, but they're gonna have to start putting rounds on the board in the next couple. CT's not even particularly too much in a comfortable position. Considering they've won 5 rounds, but only have Slowy on any sort of considerable economy, just shows that Sinister have been getting the kills. They've just not been able to convert them. And Carney tag low, but Tianti to keep on holding 3 or 2 kills for him, make it 3, and a tag onto Zeo as well. As Slowy is able to finish. Lex to maybe respond with a frag of his own, but into a 2 versus 1. Getting the bomb down, though. Was spotted out by at least the man towards A long, however. And as he does try, he actually does get the bomb plant. Fair enough. Able to keep some more money going into that T side again. But a 6-0. And as long as B5 keep putting them rounds on the board, then they're going to keep on winning. Sin5 again able to repurchase. The AK is always going to be in their favor if they lose a round like this and get a bomb plant. It's going to be down to whether B5 can realistically be taking any more rounds off this T side. And you've got to say there definitely is the chance to do so. As of right now, this will see already a man down on this T side, working out for them so far. With time ticking, though, they have to make a move and attack because he finds one. Trading again. Slowly not wanting to guarantee that A-bomb site. Oh, sorry, the B-bomb site giveaway. Nice little spam, and Tianti, he'll take down Zio. That makes it a 1v2, and they close out again. Another retake. This is keeping B5 at a very good position. Because whilst there is still money going into the CT side, into the T side, as long as B5 are still winning, they're not going to be too bothered about it. And they are losing quite a couple of men, but that's got to be, you know, placed in factor for on that CT side. You can't be expecting to win every round as clean as they come. Can't he even get tagged by his own teammate there? Even so, able to keep a 5-on-5 pretty well through the first part of this round in itself. Tackbot, nice flashbang, no, but still. First man to be spotted, and again, they want to exploit that B middle take. Zero chance to take out a first, a trade back, but Zio again to strike, and they finally broken into this B bomb site. It's taken so long. Chloe to fall as well, and Tianti, the last man alive, whilst he finds a first kill. Still 3 more to gather, and does have the AWP, so might just be forcing out the save. And there we go, they finally are able to break the cycle. They put themselves on a first T-side round. which does at least see the CT side down into a little bit of a force buy. Even so, Zeo and Flex, as they find 2 kills. Able to keep B5 out of this round. Nice couple of deagle shots, but nothing that's going to particularly chime in too heavily. There we go. Flex to take down Slowy as well, ensuring that the D side going to take as much of the round as possible. They do take themselves a second. Sin5 forcing B5 now down into an eco. Able to save the AWP into the hands of Tianti, but even so, is looking mighty fine for them. Especially on that CT side, even if it was to end in more of a close fashion, like a 9-6, they'd still be pretty solid for it. Parney, nice first shot. Zeo to trade back, though. And as they do close down, Custom at least able to find a frag onto Zeo, but he's down to 6 HP. Can't particularly provide too much. But even so, Sin5 getting 3 on the T side so far, especially considering that we didn't particularly see too much from them in those past couple of rounds, is always going to be a nice little piece of success to take. However, as of course, we are going to see a 7-3, ensuring that at least Sin5 going to be remaining somewhat competitive. If this would have gone up to more of a, let's say, 9-10-0, that's when we start to worry for Sin5. But at this current position, they're not actually as bad as it may look. And still, as smoke to go down, at least playing tactically on this T side. Devo, chance to strike and does. Taking down first frag. And of course, does see B5 the first man down. Still looking for at least a trade back. I think another header was spotted. Zero chance trying to play safe in that one, but it's not going to really bring too much to the table for him. But as Custom taking down Zeo, Slowy one of his own as well. Make it 2 as Hackham trading back in return. But still the man advantage to be held in that CT favor. The bomb at least is on site, can be planted. Trying to force out the plant, though. I don't think there's been time to do it. They've managed to deny him. There it is. The Molotov, it was absolutely perfect. And that sees B5 going up to an 8th round here. And so, Eastside back onto the purchase, of course. They have plenty of economy to be able to work with. Devo, back at the bomb site. Backbuck to find a frag, but still traded in return this time. Hold off the retake. Devo to take out Slowy. And should at least be ensuring that the final 2 men have no chance of being able to win this round themselves. And of course, we'll see B5 giving a 4th away to Sinister. But at this point, it's probably safer to play this sort of position. Rather than giving it up. Especially considering they saved a couple of rifles as well, so. Fair enough. Definitely going to work out this time. Of course, we will see Sin5 back into the investment. CT side not going to have as much economy as they would like. So, fair enough. Not going to be as prosperous as they would like to be, but still, Sin5 going to turn the pace over, though. And I like the fact that they're already going to put players down toward A-Long, because it clearly is going to work out for them. A couple of kills to be found already. And that will see Sin planting the bomb, forcing the CTs that do have rifles, hopefully just Tianti, to be going into another save. And, of course, the fact that now the T side is starting to pull back a considerable amount of rounds.
Terrorists win.
It puts them in a pretty decent position to be able to not only have a solid first half, considering that now they've got 5 rounds, it's a decent amount. CT side going to rebuy, but if they can make it more of an 8-7, and that's going to really work out for them. The last time that Big 5 played this map, it was against Energy, which, to be fair, they dominated on the T side. They got 13 rounds on Dust 2 T side. And when they played against Lardon, they got 11 rounds on their T side. So they definitely looked solid on their T side, but whether or not they can repeat that is another story. Sinister5 playing dust to themselves, a 16-11 loss. But Sinister again able to get 10 rounds on their T side. With TOLY taking 11. So it definitely seems like current meta is going to be T side is way more favored for these sorts of teams. So to be getting 5 on a T side is probably pretty weak, considering that 10, 11, 12, 13 rounds has been attainable before. That is definitely something that B5 can incorporate into the next round or into the next half. We're obviously going into Mirage as our second map, which is a big 5 pick. The XD on it, 16-11. Sinister themselves played it 16-9, so some even maps. With the first kill going in the favor of Zero Chance. Ensuring that up to now, we do keep that one-man advantage, but heading around toward top tunnels. Still with Hackblock and Custom in defense of this B-bomb site. There's the first kill, but luckily traded back. Custom to find himself one more, but not before Flex is able to deny it. Down into a 3 versus 2. And bomb now to be planted. That should be giving the T side their 6th round. Just ensuring that this first half going to be as close as possible. Going into CT side as Arnie at least able to find the kill onto Flex, but not that it particularly matters. And there you have it. That'll see Sin5 most likely going up to an 8-7 scoreline, just for the fact that right now we shouldn't be seeing too much out of Big 5. They've got an MP9, a couple of FAMASs, a scout in there as well. So nothing that can particularly be as strong as they would like. Still though, Custom to be tagged down low. He's dropped the 46 points of health. Still with a minute on the clock to play with though. Sin5 going to be taking yet again another slow approach to the round itself. Wanting to keep as many mind games on B5 as possible. As Slowy and Tianti find 2 kills, it's Hackham. It is able to respond, but they hold all the advantages. A 9-6 as they close out the first half, and that will see Big 5 going into that CT side, or going into the T side with a pretty decent advantage, especially if they can win the pistol round. But it, of course, does all depend whether or not they can find that pistol round in itself. And still with B5 making their way out toward the B bomb site. Arguably one of the easier sites to take. It's Devo that finds a first. But Custom to trade and great damage done as he finds himself too. Make it a third as well. It seems like they might have just done things right. Taken over the entirety of that B bomb site. Tightbot closing down and Slowy to do the same. A 10-6 now in the favor of Big 5, and with the fact that Sinister have to go down to the eco, that should force 11, potentially even 12, depending how they play that next gun round. T-side gonna go for a little bit of a tactical pause, however. Not wanting to fully dedicate themselves into this. And of course, as that game does go live, Sinister, of course, down into their eco. Nice scout shot, tagging Flex already down to 54. But even so, should be a relatively comfortable round for the T side here. Don't particularly see a world where they can bring too much to the table. Already 2 kills to be found. And with a third and a fourth to come, it's just Hackham. And he won't be surviving for too long. 11-6, and that CT side now bringing out the big guns, taking the round in their favor, trying to battle back, because losing this one essentially does mean that most likely it's going to be Big 5 that put themselves up to a 13, potentially even 14-6 scoreline. And even so, as Slowy trade back the kills down into a 3 versus 3. Look at right now, Carney has to play safe, does get tagged at least, but bomb already planted, forcing out that 3 versus 3. And as the Molotov goes down, at least denies early window access. Look at Carney, finally spotted and shut down, but there's still Slowy and Custom to contend with. Able to deal with them pretty simply. There should be enough time to defuse the bomb, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there definitely is, 100%. And there we go, 11-7. That CT side putting themselves a first round on the board. Now starting to make life a little more difficult. Of course, Big 5 able to go back into the purchase. They'll have the AKs, of course. Losing this round does mean that Sinister are probably going to start to come back into this game. And Carney, not too sure why Zio is wanting to regress in that sort of position. They don't have the means to do so. His money's so low, the CT side are destroyed. So not being able to win this round essentially just puts them back to square one. And of course, man advantage at least leveled off in return. Devo raiding back again, burning pretty heavily in the Molotov. All three players have come from short though. I wouldn't be a fan of this, but for the fact that Big Five have no utility, this definitely might work out for them. And still this time, Zero. He burns custom. Tackbot returns, but... Ooh, Slowy. Is he going to be wise enough for this? Trying to check the position. I don't think Flex is aware. He's definitely not. But luckily, able to kill the diffuser. And they make another very close retake. 11-8. And successfully being able to keep themselves in this game now. Should realistically be storming right up to double figures. Or getting as close to it. Still, Devo taking down Carney pretty early. The one thing that right now Big Five would want is to just grab themselves a bomb plant. That's all they realistically need, and that's what they should be getting. Putting plenty of money into that T side. They should be feeling pretty prosperous. Hack on the first to trade out, though, into a 4 versus 2, and this should be pretty simple to find the round in itself. And there you have it, 11-9. And of course, we'll see that CT side starting to really come back now. Just for the fact that they're going to be feeling it, although Slowy, as he lands himself the first kill of the round, that's going to make life a little difficult, but luckily Devo, he's able to find 2 in return. And as Zeo trades, the same for Tackbot, but down into a 2v2 now though. Keeping that man advantage at a stable position. Bomb plant to be denied though, and Flex taken out of the round. Just Carney remaining. And if there was ever someone that you wanted to take this sort of scenario, he's been playing pretty solidly on this series so far. But there's Flex. Double figures secured, 11-10 on the board. And that, of course, we'll see a very, very tight scenario. So. As Devo in the first, make it a second. Tackbot to trade. Flexity finds 2. A very simple shutdown of the round itself. Keeping 4 players alive, ensuring that the scores are now tied. This is where life gets a little difficult for Big 5. They have a rebuy again, but it's the CTs that are gaining the momentum now. Even so. Seaside essentially having just a couple more chances to be able to close out this game. Or else it's going to be Sinister that are right back into this sort of position. And still, at 11-11, no real decided winner as of yet. And obviously, a play on the mines for the second map, of course, being Mirage. Nice little spam to come through the smoke. Would have been good if players were aggressing, but they are definitely not. Although Flex and Hackham find themselves a double. Damage done, and oh, Hackham on the flanks as well. It's Sin5 that closed down the round. 12-11. They take the lead now on that CT side. And this is where it's starting to look very, very difficult. Just for the fact that Sin5, as they now take the lead, will of course have that position in their favor where they can work with this. And definitely will be doing. And so, as Devo lands himself the first, able to trade out pretty quickly, back into a 4 versus 4. But still, advantage currently going toward that CT side. Definitely looking the stronger of the opposition, of course. So as a swift round cleaned up, given the Molotov to land the kill, this now makes life very difficult. (13-11), and that CT side, they're going to be bankrupting once again. B5. And Zio landing the first kill of the round, especially against these pistols. If they can keep it clean, this is going to be a very good scoreline. Arnie at least able to close down Devo. Nice trade by Zio again. Working in their favor so well. There's custom to respond. Not that it particularly matters, though. Again, a reply out of Sinister that's going to give them once again another scoreline. 14-11. And this is now looking incredibly risky. It is really starting to work out in the Sinister favor. Providing that they win this round, they most likely won the game themselves. Although, Carney landing the initial frag, ensuring that up to now, it does at least stay a little competitive. But even so, as Devo trying to go for that rotate. It's Flex that lands a headshot. Tackbot to deny. Zio burning in the molly. Has to be careful, but still pins down Slowy. Damage done, and Devo replies. The same for Hackham, and he closes it down. That's 15-11. Map point for Sinister5. And getting to a very dangerous point. Where it looks like Sinister might just be finding victory. Devo knows at least of a first man that tries to take over a long control. Or a short control, sorry. There we go. Finally able to deal with the, guy. Marnie missing a first shot as well. Not going to work out in his favor. That's going to be a little unfortunate. The best part about it for Sinister, for Big 5 is that Sinister do not have a lot of utility to hold them back with. Somehow Zio has 10k. Yet the rest of his side is basically bankrupt. Not too sure where he's been hiding all that money, but even so. A bomb site again that B5 are going to focus toward. Slowy the first man to go for a little bit of a hunt. But as the flashbang comes through, it's Zio. Landing himself a first. Has to be careful of the aggressive pushes from a out of a long, but not that it matters. As Tackbot gets closed, or is closing down. Finding himself two. A nade in return. But his head already spotted. And that's the game in itself. Custom finished off 16-11. And a solid, 10 rounds in a row on that CT side to be able to finish the game off. And that is map number 1. That's going to end the broadcast, at least for the next 5 minutes or so. We'll go into a pregame. We'll be back very shortly for the start of map number 2, going into Mirage, to see whether Sinister can take this 2-0, or whether we go to a third and final map in the series.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.